Hi, my name is Diaan Lawrenson, and I'm the CEO of AFDA. Welcome to the AFDA podcast, the home of the creative economy. And our special guest today, introduce yourself.
Hi, my name is Simon Pienaar, and I'm the Dean of AFDA Gqeberha.
How long have you been the Dean now?
It's been 10 weeks.
Oh my word, 10 weeks.
10 weeks.
It feels like forever.
It's been a very long term. Lots of things have happened, lots of new lessons learned. It's been a bit of the deep end, but frankly, that's kind of where it's nicest. Where you've got to start swimming, you've got to figure things out, and there's still a great sense of energy and growth and a real push forward to where you want to be with it.
Yeah. It feels like you've been part of the team for longer.
10 years.
No, I mean the Dean.
Part of the Dean team.
Yeah.
I think it's because so many of us sort of came up together.
Maybe.
We've had a lot of new deans across, nationally speaking, across the 4 campuses, 5 campuses now.
Yeah.
Many of us know each other from lecturing days.
Looking for a Hatfield Dean. Keen to move to Pretoria?
I really like it over here.
Don't want to move away from the sea?
It's not even the sea. It's, there is an untapped energy in the Eastern Cape. And I feel that it's part of my duty to be here for that. I want to see where we can take things.
I mean, yes, that is one of the things that, made you such a strong candidate, is your love for the area and for the community, and also more specifically for the potential growth of the institution. So let's go back. You grew up?
I did. Born right here, back in Port Elizabeth in those days. Parents were from Johannesburg. And I grew up with stories about Joburg, the energy, the sort of hustle culture of it. And there was always a sort of a love of that. Studied here as well. Spent some time traveling. Cape Town, absolutely gorgeous, beautiful. Joburg, like I said, it's on fire. There's always something going on. It never sleeps. But there's just something particularly magical about this city and this province. I found myself repeatedly always ending up back here, sometimes to my own dismay. And the older I've gotten, the more I've come to just say, this is where it needs to be. I firmly do believe in the possibility of this province and what we can do here.
What do you think it is about the province, the area, that draws you to it?
I think more than anything, it's... there's so many things I can say. I could say it's the people. We have a different attitude to us here. There's a relaxed easiness in who we are and what we do. At the same time, there's a perpetual push forward for what we know we can be and where we can take ourselves. Geographically speaking, it's gorgeous. We've got huge open pieces of land. We've got marshlands, we've got mountains, we've got forests, we've got the Klankuru, we've got deserts. So you've got all these different geographic locations. And I really just wish more people would film in them. Just really grab onto them and see what can happen with them. Yeah.
I heard the other day that Gqeberha, yes, I'm getting good at it. I'm getting so good at that. Now I'm never going to say GQ again. Is the next big thing?
This is what we hope. This is what we want. The Eastern Cape is, in terms of landmass, it's one of the large, I think actually the largest province. In terms of population, about 7 million people, 10% growth over the last couple of years. So it is an expanding, at least as far as the people go, it's getting bigger, it's getting more. Essentially, eventually, that's going to reach a tipping point where these same residents are going to start saying, let's make it, let's build, let's do the things that we want to see. Let's not wait for it to happen. Let's be the force that makes it happen in the first place.
Is that how you think a stronger industry can be created here?
Definitely.
Because, one of the things we do at AFDA and we do well is we partner with industry.
Yes.
We partner with our alumni. We want them to come do masterclasses and teach. We want them to input and offer our students opportunities. But the industry is smaller here. Yeah. How do we, as AFDA, become part of building a stronger industry here?
It starts with the students. The students become the talent that makes the industry grow around it. Some students will form their own businesses. They will sort of spearhead into various, whether it's commercial, whether it's on the bigger scale. Some of them will travel. They'll go to Cape Town and Joburg, Durban, and they'll make a name for themselves, cut their teeth, and hopefully come back and sort of see that potential for something bigger. But 100%.
How can we help them to not go, though? How do we? I always ask, like, in a, like you say, it's beautiful, it's gorgeous, it's got everything, it's got a harbour, you know, whatever. It's good. How can we aid an industry where they don't have to go? They could stay, they can be commissioned here, they can get the funding here.
I think there's three big routes we can go with that. The number one is obviously just support. The very existence of AFDA here is helping to create the very thing that we're looking for, which it starts with the talent. If you don't have local talent, industry simply won't form around it. I think the second thing we can do is we can try to connect students to governmental alliances, you know, try to get in some of that arts and culture funding that the students might so desperately need, just as that first push to get something bigger off the ground. Yes, and thirdly, I don't even think it's that bad if they leave. Let the students, or at this point alumni, let them go for a little while, let them experience Joburg, Cape Town, Durban, Pretoria, and then let them come back if they want to. If they see the same sort of thing that we see or that I see, let them come back in a few years with that extra experience, the extra knowledge, the extra inner workings of industry, and then let them build. It takes longer, for sure, but we're not going anywhere. And we're very happy to be here and to be part of that. Couple of years, maybe, but that's all right. If that's what it takes to get the entire province and all the potential we see in it awakened or activated or unlocked, I'm here for it.
And I suppose that's one of the biggest responsibilities of the dean of the campus, is to ensure that you are locked into your environment, into your people, into the culture, and into the various ways in which, whether that's private or public sector, in which can benefit your students and your alumni. So without giving your strategy away, you know, we don't want people to listen to this and go, oh, that's a great idea. I think we should do that. Don't give, don't make them. But I mean, wear your heart, and I think that's talking about hard stuff, and that's not pushing people away, that's drawing them to you. If you could align the campus with better partnerships for our students and for our alumni, what would that be?
Sure. It's a big one because there's so much that really needs to be done. I think at the heart of all of it is always the student. So I think number one, student experience. It's really, really important to me that a student that studies at all AFDAs really, but at my campus especially, they need to be able to walk away with fond memories. If they're not, upon exiting AFDA, already actually a partner with it, I think we're on the wrong side of it.
I love that.
We have to. That buy-in from the talent, it's planting seeds for trees that we might never see the shade of, but we do it anyway because we know it's right. On a bigger scale, more of a macro level, that arts and culture money, the government, we need the government to buy into the development.
Kom nou Simon, jy het hier groot geword.
Ons gaan dit doen, yes.
Kom nou somebody,
This is, I'm 10 weeks in, give me another 10, we're going to start doing it. We're going to get it activated, we're going to get it turned on. But 100%, we need everyone to know that we're here. We need them to know that we're doing fantastic things. We need them to know that there are people here, citizens that are hungry for this. We often skip over arts and culture, and I think that is a huge pity. And I think it's not seeing the full potential. When we talk about things like the creative economy, we're not just talking about filmmaking and performance. We're talking about architecture, design, 3D, video game design. We're talking about the future. Everything has an element of art or culture, from the shoes that have been made, the jacket, the table, all of this is part of that arts and culture movement. And I think the more we can explain or activate on a higher level, on a municipal level, that these things developing are also the province developing. And it will only do good for everyone in the long term.
For me, it's ultimately like community building.
Of course.
You are building AFDA's community, and you must be very clear in that community. Like, I'm super clear what AFDA community means to me. Yes, it's our staff and our colleagues. Yes, it's our students. Yes, it's our alumni. But who else forms part of that community? And that's going to be your job now. And it's a very exciting job. Yeah. It's actually really nice to go, okay, hold on, who can I bring into my community? Yes. And it's not just for now, it's for, like you say, it's for the trees that you're growing 5, 10 years from now. Where do I see those alliances and allies go? You mentioned the government and holding hands there. Where else do you see the potential?
Yeah, I think there are movers and shakers everywhere. We sometimes, partially rightfully, partially not so rightfully, look at the Eastern Cape as a poorer province. I don't see this necessarily as a deficit. I see it as something where we know we've got the population. We know the population is growing. We've got the cities. The infrastructure is there. It tells me that there's opportunity, that there's space for things to become more and bigger. And I think when we reach out to what I would call the movers and shakers, the influencers of industry, whether those are in multiple fields, all of them require some form of a visual representation, whether that comes through filmic narratives with the stories of the Eastern Cape, the rich history we have, whether it comes through more commercial applications, TV commercials, music videos. All of these need some form of visual representation and at the same time some sort of personal representation. And I think that's where our local talent becomes so useful. So apart from things like municipal, arts and culture money, there is also a range of people that are already successful, they're already good. And they might not know it yet, but they're already primed to be in a position where we can work together towards something that is really just beneficial for everyone.
And I think that's what it's about. It's meaning making.
100.
It's not just about holding hands with people that can, support the students in bursaries or scholarships or whatever. It's actually after reaching out into areas where we can help, where we're not gaining, there's no financial gain for us, but there's massive meaning making in that process, because that opens other doors and opens other potential, and also teaches our students to be more than just the craft that they do.
Definitely. Yes, it can't be as simple as you are operating a camera or you are setting up a light. Are those elements part of it, or being an extra in a performance? Yes, they're part of it. They're part of the growth of it as well. But like you said, there is meaning in all of these things. We work with stories. Our students learn how to tell stories, express stories. They learn how to research stories, analyze stories, critically think about stories. And I think those stories are absolutely everywhere. And we're primed for a position where those stories can be turned on, awakened in ways that maybe people up until now haven't realized were a possibility. And I think that's how we eventually get more people to maybe stay as well. We show them what is here and what the possibilities are if you put in that little bit of extra effort, little bit of more sweat and tears maybe, but it doesn't mean that it won't be worth it in the long run.
I've come to realize that every job that I do, even the position that I'm in now, has deep meaning for me. It's part of the meaning making, but it's also part of purpose. And I'm here not because it's something that I ever imagined for myself, but but I am here because I'm meant to be here. And I'm hoping that it will have a deep and impact on who I am and allow me to grow. But I wish the same for the institution. It is the only place that we can operate from, is to go, we are deeply invested in our students' growth. We are deeply invested in our student experience, and we're deeply invested in them one day being able to have a career and make money. I carry that weight on me. I feel it, that responsibility.
I completely understand that. And I am feeling some of that. Not as much as you, I'm sure, but it has been a progressive journey, starting off as a young lecturer, and then sort of moving up to program coordinator and now the deanship. And you see that same progression where the odds are higher, the stakes are bigger, everything you're doing is working with more.
Yeah.
I look at it very much the same way as what we teach the students, though, that life isn't a straight linear process. You don't do A and then get B and then get C. Life moves around. And everything that happens, or every sort of path you pick, has the possibility to change the outcome of your future, but it also takes you to where you might need to be, to that place where one day you can sit back and say, this is actually where I am, and this is where I feel good, this is where I want to be. And I think that's a very powerful and sort of intrinsic process to come to that realization.
Do you feel like that now, being the dean?
Yes.
Yeah.
There was a little bit of imposter syndrome for like a week, and then you buck down and you sort of say, okay, this job needs to get done now.
I can do this.
Yes, and then you do it. And because you took that first step and you didn't fall, the next step is a little easier. And the next step a little easier. And before you know it, you're jogging, and then you're running, and then you're jumping. And I think that's how it works with everything, really. You build up a bit of confidence from experience, from doing.
And even when you fall,
Falling
and you
is
do
good.
it wrong, and you're like, I shouldn't have done that.
As long as you stand back up.
Yeah. And sometimes, if need be, apologize.
Of course.
I'm a big supporter of going, sorry, my bad.
Yes.
I love apologizing, even if it's not my fault. Even if I know that I'm not ultimately responsible for what happened, but there is such a magic in accountability and going, my bad, I'm going to fix it.
Yeah.
And in leadership positions, however you decide to do that, whether you say, I'm sorry, my bad, or you find a better way of saying it, there's magic in going, mea culpa, I'll fix it for you. And you, Simon, you were ready for it. You see when people are ready for something, they're ready for the next step. How do you feel the next 2-3 years are going to look for you? When you're ready, you were ready to step into this role. What does it look like for you?
Growth. The next couple of years, growth for me, of course, on an internal level, growth for the staff, growth for the campus, growth for the students. This is where we are really putting it in. Obviously, to have that growth, we've got to make sure that the garden is prepared. We're not just going to plant those seeds in a sort of a barren landscape. So we're going to make sure that things look good. We're going to make sure that they function the way they're meant to. We're going to make sure that there's enough nutrients and enough water to make those seeds grow. So growth is the big goal, but that's oversimplifying it, because there's 100 little steps to reach to that point.
But we know that.
Yeah.
But you must also not forget to have fun.
Yes.
Along the way, and celebrate the wins, and celebrate your colleagues. It is a very big thing that I think it's industry stuff, right?
Yeah.
I think we bring industry stuff with us into these positions because we can't do it without that. I can't be in my position now without bringing 26 years of experience with me in 100 different roles and capacities and responsibilities. But in industry, we are very good team players, most of us. Some people are terrible at it, but they don't generally last long. The people who are good team players last long, have these successful careers, and I think what will make this next step of AFDA, this next phase of our leadership, of our institution, really good, and what excites me a lot is that we're team players and we come out of industry and we're not scared to celebrate the people around us. We get compliments of our eyes, people or our deans or whatever. I'm just like, I like pushing people to the front. You go get the compliments. You take it. You did the work, And I feel like with all the new deans and all the people in ICE, we're at that place where we're a team and we're pushing people to the front to go, no, you take the shine this time. I'm excited about your new role.
Yeah, me too.
I'm excited to find out what all your plans are around partnerships.
It's going to be hard work, but hard work is what feels good. You have to put in the little bit of the sort of hustle and bustle.
Yeah, but that's why I'm saying don't forget to have fun and celebrate and just take time out to also go, this is great.
Yeah. I think it's impossible to not have fun in this sort of business that we're in. It's always different.
I've had times where it wasn't fun.
With the students, there's always something new. There's always a new idea.
Yeah.
It changes with the times. We're seeing generations move and evolve and morph in front of us. From the staff side, we're all a little bit crazy. We're all a bit creative. We're all a bit wacky. We have to be. To operate in this world, you have to sort of think a little laterally to, I think, how a lot of other industries sort of want you to. But I think it's impossible for us not to enjoy that process.
I often, we all do professional practice work. I still try and do it at least once a year. And the last 2 years, I've been on set with people that were students on the campus while I'm still dean. And they're always like, it's so weird to get to know you in a different space, But that is it.
Yeah.
We need to be able to have fun because we are people who have fun because that's where the creativity comes from. And the solution to I find myself sitting on set going, oh, can we shoot now? And that boredom I'm like, do you know what would be great? So the wine feeds into the other wine. Don't forget to have fun and be creative and get into industry.
It's passion.
I'm proud of you, Simon.
Thank you so much.
And I look forward to what you're going to do.
Thank you.